Right, good afternoon, Insomnia I-71. Welcome to Simracing.GP with Intel. And coming up in just a moment for you guys, we've got a bunch of the army here that are going to do some racing. Apparently, we've got 5 drivers in the rig. I can only see 1, though.
Yeah, we're missing a few drivers, I think. I don't know where they've gone. Or we've got an imposter on the end.
Yes. I can only see 1 who's in a black T-shirt. Apparently there's 4 others, but yeah, something's hiding them. Yeah,
where have they gone?
Terrible jokes already. Right, so if you want to come and see some army guys go through their paces in a race against each other, then come and join us over here. And you can watch along, but also then stick around because Intel will be doing their raffle draw at 4 o'clock, which they gave away some mega prizes yesterday, so it'll be really interesting to see what they're giving away this afternoon. They'll be doing it right here. So, come along, watch the race, enjoy it, experience a bit of sim racing, and then stick around for the raffle afterwards. So, John, tell us what cars we're doing, what track, all that kind of stuff.
So we are running the BMW M4 GT3 at Monza on Assetto Corsa Competizione. A very infamous track in the sim racing world. Turn 1 could cause a few mishaps, I reckon, with here.
Now, you won our influencer race.
I did win the influencer race.
Despite the fact that you're not an influencer.
Well, I'll try, but that's a bit harsh.
Okay, who do you influence then?
Stevie Bain. Yeah, the dinner choice as well.
So BMW M4 GT3s at Monza. For those of you that are Formula 1 fans, for example, this is where the Italian Grand Prix was just a couple of weeks ago. So, it's a fair... When you look at the track map, it looks like a really simple, easy to drive track, right?
Correct. You look at it and think, easy. There's only a few corners and they look fairly easy.
But it's not, is it?
No, I struggle here, big time. I don't enjoy this place.
It's one of those tracks that because it is corner, straight, you've got to absolutely nail the exits of those corners, or else you're going to lose time all the way down the straights.
Exactly.
So it becomes super, super important to get the corners right.
Exactly. One poor exit and you're going to lose a handful of fifths of places here, purely because the slipstream's so big as well. You lose a bit of speed out the corner, you're in done for really here.
Yeah,
it's not
and
fun.
the slipstream's extra big here because we are driving rather large GT3 cars.
Yeah, I think they are actually the largest car in the game, so they're good fun.
Hang on, what about the Bentley?
It's technically smaller.
Is it really?
And lighter.
And lighter.
The Bentley's the lightest.
Wow. If the Bentley's the lightest, then I'm the lightest. Anyway, so these guys are just in free practice right now. So if you are here at the NEC, come over and have a watch. But if you're not, then that means that you're probably watching our live stream right now, which is on Twitch at SGP_racing. So these guys who are in the rig, if they want to watch it back later on, it will be available there to see what happened. Now, we're going to go and find out who we've got on the rigs in just a moment.
Correct.
But really, their names don't matter because forever they will now be called Rig 1, Rig 2, Rig 3, Rig 4 and Rig 5, right?
Catchy. I like it.
Good. Let's see if we can find out who's who.
Yeah, of course. We'll head over to Rig 1. Hello, Rig 1. Who have we got in this?
Hello.
Introduce yourself.
I can't hear you.
Introduce yourself. What's your name? What did you do?
I'm Vic. I work for the Army on the Army esports bus.
So I'm expecting big things then. What's your hopes for this race?
I'll be disappointed. I'd like to be on the podium.
Okay, I hear there's a bet as well. Loser buys drinks.
Very good. Let me talk to Rig 5.
Correct.
So I'm just going to come down here. So tell me who you are, what you do for the Army.
My name is Narayan Sararajan. I'm currently just a recruit for the Army, but I'm working my way up.
And have you had much experience with sim racing before? Apparently not, looking at the way you took that corner. Have you had much experience with sim racing before?
Not too much, no. Just from what I learned today.
Great. John, Rig 2.
Rig 2. Hello, Rig 2. What's your name and what do you do?
I'm Joseph Glover. I'm in the Royal Signals. In my civvy job, I care for my dad, so I mostly do work with the Army.
Very nice. What are you hoping for this race?
To finish it.
Yeah, it's not looking good at the moment. We've got a meatball down here, so
To the pit
Meatball.
already.
We'll get you there. Don't worry.
Right, I'm going to come to Rig 4 now and just say hello. So, Rig 4, who are you?
Tommy Joe.
And what do you do for the Army?
I'm a logistics supply specialist.
Very good. And you got much experience in sim racing?
No, this is my first time, really.
Excellent. Well, let's hope you enjoy it. And John's going to finish off with Rig 3.
Rig 3. What's your name and what do you do?
My name is Collins. I work for the Royal Signals and concentrating now. I've just crashed.
Yeah, I'm trying to distract you as much as I can. What are the expectations then? Are you buying the drinks?
I'm just trying to finish the race. This is the first time on one of these simulators, so just trying to finish the race and not crash into anyone.
That's the aim of sim racing, so good luck with that one. Enjoy.
Okay, right, so we've got some varying levels of experience in sim racing, some varying levels of being on the track as well. So we'll see how we get on with this one. But what I do know is that these are the fastest of the Army that are here.
Oh.
They've been qualifying all day over on the Army stand. In fact, Steve is here from SimSport Solutions and AK, and he's helping out the Army. What have these guys been doing down on the Army stage?
To be honest, they've not actually been doing a lot. They came to us at about 3:05 and said we need to practice. So between 5 of them, they've had 10 minutes.
Okay, this is going to go really well, isn't it? But for anyone who is here at the NEC, they can come down to the Army area and do some laps themselves, right?
Absolutely, yeah. We've got some hot lap challenges going at the moment. We're on Monza as well with the BMW. So it's open to anybody who wants to have a go. And we've had a couple of esports drivers in there. We've got a time from Robbie Stapleford and George Booth, who's just set us a time as well. So there's a real benchmark, and it's a bit of fun. Come down, have a go, and just see what the Army's got to offer. But there's VR on there as well. There's lots to do. I think there's 5 or 6 different things to do, including shooting BB guns. So.
Aha, where's Johnny? I need to shoot Johnny with a BB gun. That's right. He's running away very quickly. Anyway, so we are going to go racing with these guys in a minute, and I'm going to try not to fall over this microphone cable. We're into qualifying now, so each of these guys gets one single flying lap. Oof. What kind of lap times are we going to expect, John?
Looking at it, I think a 51-52 is probably going to get pole, I reckon. If someone can put a lap together, that's the big thing.
There's a shake, a shake of the head.
Sorry, a 55 or a 56 is expected.
Yeah, but our rigs are better, so they're going to go faster,
yeah,
right?
Exactly. Some disapproving looks.
That's me lost any chance of any business with these guys, I guess, but never mind. So they are on to their flying lap now. I think we've got a couple of cars. Are they all still on their out lap?
I think they're all on their out lap still.
Okay, so that's good, because we've got 3 cars that are invalid at the minute, so let's hope that they are
let's hope they
on their out laps.
The pressure doesn't get to them with their one hot flying lap.
So for those of you who are watching the screen, Dan is going to put up the broadcast timings at some point for us, and then we'll be able to tell you the lap times as we go. And we will let you know. There we go. Dan's done his thing, and you can see the timing tower in the top left-hand corner of your screen. Don't worry about the timer in the middle for how long's left, because each of these cars will just get a single flying lap. And I see Rig 4 is doing the big toe.
He's got a toe, but he's pulling alongside. Could he? Racing in
race already.
Yeah,
well,
racing in qualifying. This is not allowed.
It's fine. Rig 4 takes the position.
A little
bit of contact, and they're both off. That's 2 invalidated laps. Where's the discipline in the modern Army, I tell you?
Oh, it's gone.
Oh, and there's even more carnage down into turn 1. Now, we said lap 1 of the race might be carnage, but
Rig 1's the only one valid still, so he might be on pole just by default at this point.
And he's concentrating
He
as
is,
well.
that
Look at
is
the
a-
look on that face. That's
I mean, he's the only one we can see, so...
he's the only one that exists, yes, indeed. All of these guys, apart from Rig 1, have invalidated their qualifying lap. So what that means is that they will be put on the grid in the order that our helpers joined the server.
Correct. So they're at hands of us now. And I have no idea what way.
There's more
Whoa.
contact. There's more contact. What's going on?
It's going to be a bit awkward after this.
It's going to be feisty. Here's a replay. We've got a replay on screen. So the McDonald's car.
What penalty would you give for that?
Yes.
Just penalty.
Just all of them.
all of the penalties.
Yeah. But
We're all invalid.
We're all invalid.
We're all gone. Oh, the pressure.
So Dan's going to flick
and we've had a shunt.
Oh dear. Well, in which case Dan's going to move it onto the race. This could be absolute carnage. Basically, we're going to find out what order they get put onto the grid in just a moment.
Yep.
It looks to me like Rig 5 has got pole position.
Hey!
Well done, Rig 5.
He's still clueless to it.
Well, right, that's fine. Then we've got Rig 4 is in second, Rig 3, then 1, then 2.
Nearly a perfect count now.
Almost. So for those of you who are new to this, we've got about a minute and a half until they go onto their formation kind of quarter of a lap. So it's not like Formula One. You don't get a standing start and these guys all take off at the same time. They go slowly round the final corner, getting a bit of temperature into the tyres and brakes, round the final corner, and then the lights go green, and at that point they can all go racing.
And then turn 1 happens.
Turn 1's already happened in qualifying.
Yeah. So I'm not expecting much from this race. Oh, I've just been told none of them know how to start the race either. Yeah.
Okay.
Stay in the green box, everyone. I think they're being explained to now.
Yeah. So Stevie is trying to explain the best he can how to start the race. None of them are Scottish, though. We may need a translator.
Yeah. Not the best person to have talking to people today.
No. It could be worse.
I think we need a prediction of how many penalties, not who's going to win.
Talking of predictions,
10.
though,
We've got 10.
I think Dan had a poll running on Twitch as to which rig was going to win.
Number 4.
Number 4,
Rig
apparently,
4.
is the fans' favourite on Twitch. You're going to win.
How do you feel about this?
Oh, brilliant.
Ecstatic by this. This is going to go well.
Yeah, and if you didn't realise, then the guys at home can see you as well. So all look at the camera and wave.
Wave at the camera, guys.
That's what they're all seeing at home. So everyone apart from Rig 1. Rig 1, he's pure concentration.
He's focused, isn't he? Do you know why? He's the tightest one. He doesn't want to buy the drinks.
Right, there they go then. So they're off onto their formation lap. Don't worry, you can't hit any other cars on the formation section. They do ghost. So don't worry, you just got to stick in the area that the game is telling you to go. So there you go, the green area. And this is where people can easily get penalties for jumping the start or anything like that. But I think we are getting into a good formation here. And in a moment, you will see the 2 red bars either side of the word race go green. And that's when we'll be racing. And we'll be heading down to turn 1. So any moment about now, we go green and we are racing. Rig 5 takes the lead, then Rig 4 going to follow him up. Got a better start, I think, and Rig 4 making a move towards the outside down into the Rettifilio chicanes.
Yeah, and as we approach the braking zone, are we gonna see? Oh, Rig 5's
Rig 5
gone for a lunge.
Out. There is a send there, catches the sausage curb on the inside. So Rig 4 with the old switcheroo. Rig 5 loses it and 4 makes contact but gets going. It looks to me, though, like Rig 3 has slipped through into the lead.
No, it's Rig 1.
Is it Rig 1?
Rig 1, he was focused, he's in the lead.
We're seeing a replay on screen right now. So that's Rig 5 having their moment. We'll rejoin the live action in just a second. And it is Rig 1 into the lead.
And we've got a punt further back. Further back. Rig 3 has been turned round.
Here's the replay. So here's what happened to Rig 3. There's Rig 2 behind. Let's hope we're not going to see a penalty given.
I think there might be. A Dan Terry penalty might be coming his way.
DT issue the DT, maybe?
I think it might be more severe than that one.
It's /TP5. So he's getting a 5-second penalty. What car number was it? It was
McDonald's.
Rig 2, 31. Yeah.
Rig 2.
So Rig 2 gets a 5-second penalty applied. And look, for those of you who are not familiar with sim racing, that's a real thing. You know, so when communities host big events, big races, endurances, things like that, they tend to have live stewards watching the race. They even get like this automated sheet that tells them about any contact they might have missed. They can then go find it in the replay, watch it back, and they can give John a penalty.
Normally what happens.
Yes.
Yeah, normally. But yeah, it's like real life racing. That's what's so good about sim racing. It transfers real world into the rig, and you can do it at home.
It
It's
certainly
brilliant.
does. And that means that rig 1 was probably a bit of a ringer. Because look, he's out front now, and the gap is 2.4 seconds at
He's-
the end of the first lap.
He's chilling and he looks relaxed down there. Kinda.
Focused, relaxed.
There's a bit of tension.
Yeah,
Will,
there is.
hands at 10 and 2.
Yeah. You notice that the head is not leaning back on the chair at all. It's
He's
fully we seem to have had a rig 5 moment. And rig 5 is round, trying to get going again. Up and running. In good news, though, we haven't got any meatballs yet.
I am surprised. I was going to give it till turn 2 for a meatball,
Yeah,
but
do explain.
well, meatball flag in sim racing means your car's broken beyond repair. You got to get to the pits within 3 laps in this and repair because it's not going to go anywhere
So
really.
basically, it's a black flag with an orange circle in the middle that looks like a meatball,
It looks
so
like a
we call it
meatball.
the meatball flag.
Yeah.
Same as in real life racing when the race control say, nah, you need to come back to the pits and fix that.
Yeah.
That's a bit dangerous.
It's the
but-
same as like F1. Someone's got a bit of wing hanging off. They get a black and orange flag. Come to the pits, sort it out. That's what that means.
Exactly. Right, rig 1's still out front, gap up to 2.8. Seeing a replay here of rig 2, though. A little bit late on the brakes into the second chicane. Overcooks it, touches the gravel. Good save, though.
Well held. That was a good bit of car control. Shouldn't have got there in the first place, though.
Well, you say that. Rig
hello.
5 with another moment. So we're seeing a replay of this now. Already got the flappy bonnet syndrome. And over the sausage curbs, and around she goes.
He's been sausaged.
I'm going to move on from
Yeah,
that one.
sorry.
But, yes, rig 5 is back up and running. And that's half the battle, isn't it? Incidents happen, especially when you're new to sim racing, but don't give up.
Exactly. Anything can happen in a race. That's the thing. It's motorsport. Anything happens. Don't give up.
Yep.
I crashed on the last lap
You did. But you still won.
because I didn't give up.
You didn't give up, no. But also, half the battle, your first victory in sim racing is just making the flag.
Correct. Just getting to the finish. Even now, in endurance races, it's just a feat to finish.
100%. Look, rig 1 is absolutely dominating. 5.6 seconds to the good now. Rig 4 is in second place, so rig 4 going along quite nicely. Using the classic chase cam as well.
Yeah, it's an interesting choice for sim racing, but it seems to be working for him.
We've got
At
a
the moment.
mixture actually. So we've got a proper cockpit cam in
Cockpit,
rig
yeah.
1. We've got a, what do we call that one that's a little bit further back where you can see the wheel moving?
I'd call it handsy cam.
Handsy cam.
I don't
okay.
like that. I get distracted by the hands.
Okay.
Sorry.
Rig 3 has gone for my personal favourite, the bonnet cam. There's only one problem with bonnet cam. When you hit something, you get the old flappy bonnet like he has now, you're just getting a wibbly bonnet in front of you. There you go. Dan's showing it
Yeah.
on the stream.
Bit distracting that.
Yes, even worse at night because your lights start flashing as well when you hit the brakes.
Yeah, I don't like that one. But it's good in the rain.
It is, yes. And also, it's good for when you're driving a left-hand drive car and you're British because you don't have to worry about the fact that the steering wheel's
Yeah,
on the
I
wrong
did
side.
struggle with that when I first started sim racing. Yeah.
That's why you have to drive the Bentley to start off with.
No.
The Bentley and the Ginetta, and you're fine.
Ginetta,
Anyway,
yes.
rig 4 using the classic chase cam, as we say, and rig 5 is on bonnet cam as well with a bit of a flappy bonnet. Interestingly, I'm just looking down to see whether anyone's got any track cut warnings. Rig 4 has, rig 2, and do I spot one on rig 1?
Rig 1 has got, he's got one as well.
He's got one.
So
Okay, that's fine. So again, for those of you that are not familiar with Assetto Corsa Competizione,
very well done.
thank you. Then you can run off track, and if you gain time by doing it, then you will pick up a track cut warning. If you get yourself 3 of those, then you're on a final warning. Get yourself a 4th, and you get a drive-through.
Stevie Bain.
Stevie Bain, how long do you lose with a drive-through at Monza?
At Monza, it's about 22.6 seconds.
That's very precise. I feel like he knows this well.
The man has a spreadsheet.
Of course he does.
Us sim racers do take things far too seriously, it's fair to say. But these guys are doing a really good job now So everyone's really settled into a rhythm, especially Rig 1 way out in front now. We're waiting to see the gap. It's 10.9 seconds now.
Purple lap as well.
Purple lap as well.
And
What was the lap?
It's a 54.5.
That's not too
That's
shabby.
a good lap, that.
That
That's
is
a
not
solid
too
lap.
shabby. So Steve told us they were going to be in the 55s. He was wrong.
Yeah, very wrong.
By,
Happy to be wrong, though, he just said. So
well, there
he's,
you
he's
go.
proud of them, I'm sure.
Like I said, better rigs. Anyway, 2 minutes 50-ish left of this race. Oh, I saw a grimace from Rig 2. What's going on?
Oh, number 2, warning 2. He just cut the chicane.
No wonder for the grimace then.
The issue he's got is he hasn't set a valid lap, so every time he goes off, it's classed as a cut.
Of course, because it's got nothing to benchmark
Nothing to
it
benchmark
against.
it against. So
Yes, so we're just seeing there what happened. So, yeah, Rig 2 took a shortcut across the second chicane. I can never remember what the second chicane is called.
3 and 4.
Sorry? It's the De La Rogier, of course it is.
it is.
Thank you, very, very good.
I had no idea. I'm not
No,
gonna lie. I don't
I
study
know-
corners and names.
I know that, well, you don't study corners, to be fair, do you? No.
No.
I
Or
know
braking
it's-
zones.
I know it's Rettifilio is the first chicane. Anyway, so we're just... see, warning 1 for car 5 now.
Everyone. Oh no, Rig 3's the only one without. So
And I think
he wins.
I think that's worth something. That is worth something. No track warnings at Monza is a fairly big deal, so fair play.
I'd have had a drive-through by now.
Yes, he would, yes. It's a 12-minute race. Stevie would have had 2 by now.
And a stop-go
I
30 for
have-
speeding in the pit lane.
I have genuinely seen him do that in a 15-minute race.
He's grimacing now. Poor lad.
He knows it's true. Right, so, we seem to have switched to a replay, which means that something's happened with Rig 2 at some point. It's a little bit deep.
Ooh.
It's very deep at the Parabolica. Not really its name anymore, but we still call it the Parabolica.
Yeah, we're sim racers. We like tradition.
Yeah, it's not the Alboreto curve at all. Rig 1 way out in front now, 13.4 seconds to the good. The man, I don't think, has blinked for 11 minutes.
He's very tense now.
Yes, the tension has grown, and the head has got further away from the seat rest. There's not a lot of comfort going on. In fact, only Rig 3 is really
Chilled.
chilled.
I'm liking the 10 and 2's wheel holding from Rig 1. Might have to try that myself.
We had an 11 and 1 yesterday. They were struggling to change gear.
Yeah, I couldn't do that one.
No, me neither. Anyway, we are on board with Rig 1, who I think is going to make it through for one more lap.
He could stop and get away with
He
it.
could stop and slow down, and none of us have ever done that before. Well, in fact, I've never been in that kind of position before, to be fair. So
Have you not?
No,
Oh.
I have not. But Rig 1 now crosses the line with 13 seconds left, which means this will be our final lap of the race, John.
Correct, and big thing, Rig 3's now got a warning.
Right, so everyone's got a warning. Number 5's on 2. Number 4's on 1. 3's on 1.
2's on 2.
2's on 2.
1's on 1. So
One's on 1.
That should be all right, hopefully.
Very good. Right, so final lap then. Rig 1 doing a great job. 16 seconds exactly out in front. I would like to know what is the gap between 3rd and 4th, though, between Rig 2 and 3, because we've got to factor in the 5-second penalty that Rig 2 will get.
Correct. I think he should be all right.
No, it's 21.8 now, so it's going up. I think he'll be all right.
He'll be on the podium at least, I reckon, at the moment, unless he bins it.
Although we thought that yesterday, and somebody stole the final podium place by 1/10 of a second on the final lap because of a 5-second penalty.
That's brutal.
Tension it was. It was
We've
really
been
good.
there. We've all been there.
Yep. We have indeed. It was a bit like Hamilton and Norris at Austria a couple of years ago, the final lap for Norris. Steal it, yeah.
Just snuck in.
Gap up to 17.2 out front, so I think this one is all over by the shouting. So down into the Ascari chicane then. Avoid those big sausages on the inside. He didn't do what you did on your race.
He's better than me.
He is better than you.
Yeah.
Which therefore means he's better than George Boothby, right?
That's exactly how this works.
It
100%.
is indeed. Right. So don't forget, by the way, for those of you in the crowd, I'm sure you're not actually here to watch a sim racing. You know it's the raffle coming up. But stick around if you didn't know that, because the Intel raffle is coming up. As
Rig 2 from 3rd place.
you know what he did? He tried the drive-through.
Yeah, the McDonald's car. I get
Yeah,
it. I
thank
get
you.
it. Sorry, it took me a while to clock on.
The best jokes are the ones that you have to explain, right?
Yes, sorry.
Yeah.
And he's about to lose third place because he
Is he
cannot get
really?
straight again.
Right, Rig 1 has won the race. Checkered flag out for Rig 1.
Well done,
We're
Rig
on
1.
board with Rig 3 now, who is coming up behind the McDonald's car. Out wide themselves, though, so that's not going to help in that battle. But Rig 3 in the Valentino Rossi livery as well.
Very nice livery. I like that one. All he's got to do is just stay within 5 seconds, and he's up to third.
Yes. I'm kind of confused about what's going on right now, but I think that's right. We're about to go through another sector, and we'll see the gap. Yeah, the gap is 2.3.
He's just got to chill behind him now.
So
but
what did I say earlier? That he could still steal it on the final lap. So he's got to stay within 5 seconds. That will help. Within 5 seconds of the car in front, and he will steal third place.
And Rig 2 is struggling. His steering wheel's at a bit of an angle. So
But no meatball yet.
no meatball, though. That's important. It looks a bit battered, though.
Well, Rig 2 then coming round the Parabolica. Can he hold on to the final step on the podium?
It's going to be tight.
He's going to be tight. I think he's pulled out a little bit through the Parabolica, but I don't think he's going to do it. He crosses the line. The gap was 2 seconds, which means that Rig 3 is going to steal third place off of
Rig 2.
Rig 2. Thank you very
That's
much
okay.
for paying more attention than I did.
I try.
So these guys have done an excellent race. Can you see if you can just grab a word with our winner?
I don't think he's realised he needs to stop.
Oh, he's still going.
He's still
Okay.
going. He wants to
Well,
win
we
again.
did say there was focus there.
You won. How's that feel?
Yeah, it feels good. Yeah.
Do you have anything to say to the rest of the lads that you beat them?
Well, age over, the old man won.
The experience counts. It is embarrassing for them.
I would be ashamed if I was them.
And you get a drink bought for you by Rig 5 now as well.
Yeah, hopefully.
Very good. Look, give all these guys a massive round of applause. Thank you very much for coming down here and racing with us here at Simracing.GP and Intel. And don't forget, do not go anywhere because the Intel raffle's coming up in just a moment. Once that's done with, we'll then reset.